I believe that we are all hardwired to want to be successful in life. No one desires to be a failure. No one wants to fail. If somebody kind of is aiming at failure or decided to be a failure or wants to be a failure, it's usually because they messed up inside and they need some help. But God has wired us, destined us to want to be fruitful, to want to excel, to want to increase. That's wired into all of us. And God's desire for us is that we do increase, that we do succeed in life. But success in the kingdom is not defined the same way as success in the world. And it's important, especially at the beginning of a new year, a new season, when you're aiming at success, planning for success, wanting to move forward towards success. It's important that we define success for ourselves and that we define it according to God's word, according to God's standards, and that then it helps us to be able to move forward in what He's called us to and for. Okay, I like to define success as really just walking in relationship with God and doing what He's called us to do. Because that's what life is all about, is relationship with God. So, that might be a bit oversimplistic for some of you, but it's probably because you're overcomplicating things. So, I want to encourage you to get back to the basics and just pursue relationship with God, because that is the best success you could ever experience, is relationship with God. That is true success, and that will lead to success in everything else. Paul said in Philippians 3:13, and we've been looking at this the last couple of days, and we're going to finish it off today. It says, "Brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself to have attained this. Instead, I am single-minded, focused, forgetting things that are behind, reaching out for the things that are ahead." So Paul's saying he forgot the things that are behind and we focused on that. He's letting them go, and now he's reaching out to the things that are ahead. You cannot reach out for the things that are ahead if you haven't let go of the things that are past, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But then it's important that you are that you're pushing on to what lies ahead. Otherwise, you're in neutral, you're standing still, and you'll probably end up going backwards. But you cannot be passive about the purposes of God, about your calling. You've got to be moving forward. Paul said he pressed on. He pressed forward. He was moving forward to what lies ahead. If you're not moving forward, if you're not making decisions to advance, then you're in passivity. Then you're not going to fulfill the purpose that God's got for your life. Okay? You're not going to just because someone dies doesn't mean they fulfilled their purpose. The graveyard is the place on the earth with the greatest potential. Because many people die not having lived their lives to their full potential. Make it your goal this year to live up to your God-given potential and to let out everything that God's put in. Okay, don't be passive about the purposes of God. While we do not and cannot earn the favor and the blessing of God through our performance, we need to be active in receiving what God's got for us. We receive by faith what Christ has freely given to us, and that's not performance, it's faith. Okay, faith without corresponding actions is dead. And so, that's what James 2 verse 17 says. So, faith will always be revealed by action. If you believe that God's called you in a direction, then your faith should lead you to be moving in that direction. Okay, if you want to reach out for the things that lie ahead, then you need to have a vision of what lies ahead. Okay, if you don't know where you're going and you're going to wander aimlessly, you're going to be wasting your time, other people's time, you're going to be wasting resources, you're going to be wasting your energy on things that really don't matter. At this point in my life, I'm so laser focused that I don't have time for much else. And, I don't want to give time to things that don't really matter for eternity. That doesn't mean that I don't watch a series now and then or switch off and have some fun and whatever. But it means that the majority of my time isn't spent on entertainment and leisure and pleasure. The majority of my time is spent on building the kingdom, on spending time with my family and enjoying it. I enjoy building the kingdom and investing into my family and investing into other people. it's a joy for me. So most people don't have a vision for their lives. You've got to have a vision of, this is what God's called me to. This is the direction of where I'm going. But it's not enough to have a vision. You need to have God's vision. Okay? Too many people invest all their energy into chasing the wrong vision. Okay? It's a sad thing to climb the ladder of success to realize that you were leaning against the wrong wall. Okay? Or you're on the wrong ladder. We need to be going in the right direction. Okay? Stephen R. Covey said, if the ladder is not leaning against the right wall, then every step we take just gets us to the wrong place faster. God created you on purpose, and He created you for a purpose. And His purpose for your life will bring you true satisfaction. You may think, hey, I know what I want to do with my life. And you might think that that's going to satisfy you. But I can guarantee you, if it's not what God's got for you, you will never be satisfied. I know many people who are seeking their own agenda in their life. They want to do this. They've got dreams. They've got goals. They haven't submitted them to God, and they're asking Him to bless their life. But you know what? You never have to ask God to bless your life if you're just walking in His purposes and plans for you. And if you're just chasing after your own agenda, you'll never be satisfied. Those that I know that are just seeking their own agenda, they're not satisfied. Because you can't be satisfied out of the will of God. His purpose for your life will bring true satisfaction and fulfillment. It will give meaning to your life, and it will cause your life to greatly, greatly impact the lives of others. True success is walking in God's vision for your life with Him. Okay, Hebrews chapter 12 verse 1 and 2 says, therefore we also, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, lay aside every weight which so easily ensnares us, and run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. Running the race that is set before you shows that there's a specific race, a specific path that is set out for you. And that's talking about God's vision for your life. You've got to have God's vision for your life, and then you've got to move in that direction. If you want to finish your course with joy, then you need to have the right focus, which is Jesus. Okay? As believers, we live by faith. And so, we're only ever as successful as our faith, as our trust and reliance on God. You are not the one that manufactures faith in your life. As you look to Jesus, the author and finisher of faith, He's the one who starts your faith. He's the one that finishes your faith, perfects your faith. So just keep looking to Him. And as you do, faith stirs up and strengthens in your life. That's the only way to run your race with endurance and finish strong, and to fulfill the vision that God has given you, is relationship with Jesus and focusing on Jesus. He is the one that will usher you into success, lead you into success, and He is the one that will bring you ultimate satisfaction and fulfillment in your life.